If you're taking a GLP-1 medication and you're barely losing weight despite doing everything right, I need you to know that this is not your fault, especially if you have an autoimmune disease or maybe even some non-autoimmune inflammatory condition such as PCOS or even menopause or perimenopause. This is likely the culprit behind why you're not losing weight or you are losing weight and you just stalled out on your GLP-1 medications. You see, there's a specific peptide that solves the exact problem blocking your results. Even if you are losing weight, you need to hear this out because this is the difference between losing fat and losing a lot of muscle alongside with it. I'm Dr. Jones, DC, and I coach thousands of patients on GLP-1 optimization protocols. And this passion of mine comes from my own 100-pound weight loss journey. And now I work with my medical practitioners helping people break through these exact plateaus. I'm going to show you exactly what this peptide does that your GLP-1 medications just don't do, why most doctors have never even heard of it, and who needs this the most. Now, you'll want to work with your healthcare providers on this stuff, especially when combining medications, but even if you're not ready for that yet, understanding this will change how you think about your GLP-1 medication journey. All right, let's get into this. So let me show you the 3 types of struggles that I see in our clinic, and I guarantee that you're going to recognize yourself in at least one of these. So the first group is the most severe, aka non-responders. These are people with conditions like PCOS or maybe other autoimmune conditions like Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, or even just diabetes. Inflammatory conditions, conditions that come with extremely high insulin resistance and inflammation. I had a patient named Sarah. She was a nurse, so she knew the science. She was on Mounjaro for 6 months, 6 full months. She lost 6 pounds. That's about 1 pound per month, despite doing everything that her doctors told her to do. She wasn't cheating. She wasn't being lazy. Her body was literally fighting her at the metabolic level. Okay, now the second group is what I call slow responders. These are people who start a GLP-1 medication but see minimal results straight from the beginning. In our clinic, we see some patients, estimates suggest anywhere between 10 to 20% lose less than 10% of their body weight in the first 6 months. That's way below what they should be seeing. And the root cause of this, in my opinion, insulin resistance blocking fat access from day number 1. You see, your GLP-1 is suppressing your appetite, creating that calorie deficit, and improving insulin function, but your body literally is struggling to mobilize the fat so that it can effectively burn it. And then there's the third group, and this is probably the biggest one, the plateaued patients. These are patients who have lost weight initially, 20, 30, maybe even 50 pounds, but then they completely hit a wall. Complete stop. In our practice, we commonly see patients come to us after they plateau within 6 to 9 months. And this is probably one of the most frequent challenges that we help people overcome every single day. And when you're struggling with this on your own and you go to your doctor, what do they usually say? Well, let's increase the dose. So you go up from 2.5 milligrams of tirzepatide, for example, to 5 to 10, and maybe 12.5, and then maybe 15. And then really, what happens? Maybe you lose some more weight. Here's what all 3 of these struggles have in common. You see, this isn't about willpower. It's not about compliance. It's not even about how much medication you're taking. In many cases, there's a specific mechanism blocking your results. And once you understand what this is, you'll understand why this peptide changes everything. Okay, so what's actually blocking your results? See, it comes down to 2 things working together: insulin resistance and inflammation. This is basically your body's alarm system, and it's stuck on high alert. And for people with PCOS, autoimmune conditions, diabetes, these 2 problems are freaking cranked up to the max. So here's what's happening. Your GLP-1 medication, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's suppressing your appetite. It's helping to create that calorie deficit. Your body needs energy, so it's sending signals to burn stored fat. You can almost guarantee that's going to happen when you create a calorie deficit. But here's the problem. High levels of insulin resistance, which leads to chronically elevated levels of insulin and inflammation, severely impair your body's ability to mobilize that fat and access it. So what we see in our clinic is, even though GLP-1s do help with fat burning through multiple pathways, patients with severe insulin resistance, they struggle to tap into some effective fat loss. They can't mobilize it fast enough. They can't burn it at the rate they need. So think about it like this. You got a car with a full tank of gas, but the gas cap, it's locked on and you don't have the key. Your engine is running. You need fuel, but you can't get to what's already there. That's exactly what's happening in your body right now. The fat is there. You can see it in the mirror. Maybe you probably look too often, but your cells, they won't release the fat. And this is especially brutal for people with PCOS and various autoimmune diseases. The inflammation in your body is also amplifying that lock. It makes insulin resistance even worse. That's why Sarah was only losing about a pound per month. How locked down her fat stores were is actually one of the more severe cases that I've worked with. And I work with a lot of cases. This is also why increasing your dose doesn't really solve the problem. You see, more appetite suppression doesn't unlock fat cells. All it does is create a bigger calorie deficit without giving your body access to the stored energy. And then what happens? Well, you either lose muscle mass instead of fat, or you end up getting tired, brain foggy, your metabolism crashes because it's so stressed out and having to lean on stress hormones to get the job done because insulin's blocking the fat. And then eventually you lose some weight, but then the scale stops moving. Now, if this fat mobilization problem is making you realize that you've been stuck, I want you to know that we offer some free discovery calls where you can meet our patient advocates who can help discuss your specific metabolic situation and help you understand whether adding this peptide to your protocol makes sense. You can either text the number on the screen or you can check out the link that I'll leave in the description if you want to explore that. But first, let me show you exactly what AOD 9604 is and how it solves this problem. So let me introduce you to the peptide that changes everything. Now, you've probably been hearing about peptides lately, right? BPC 157 for healing injuries, CJC 1295 for muscle building. Peptides are becoming more mainstream. But there's one peptide specifically designed to solve the biggest GLP-1 problem, in my opinion, and almost nobody's talking about it. This one is called AOD 9604. Now, AOD stands for anti-obesity drug. You see, this peptide is actually a fragment of the human growth hormone, specifically amino acids 176 through 191. See, scientists isolated just the fat loss portion of the growth hormone molecule, so you're not getting any of the other effects. You get pure fat mobilization and fat burning without affecting blood sugar, without impacting your protein synthesis and muscle building, without any of the other growth hormone effects that you don't maybe want. Now, here's the interesting part. You're probably wondering, if this peptide is so powerful, why hasn't my doctor mentioned it, right? Well, there's three main reasons. Number one, it's used off-label for weight loss, meaning doctors can prescribe it, but the FDA hasn't officially approved it for this specific use case. Number two, most doctors simply just don't understand peptides, and if they do, they know some of the few mainstream ones, let alone how to use them, and see, they weren't trained this stuff in medical school. And number three, and this is probably the biggest one, the research studies showed that AOD alone, it really didn't cause significant weight loss. In fact, that's why they ended up stopping the trials and it never moved forward. And you know what? The researchers were right. AOD by itself, it doesn't work that well. I've personally seen patients report it to me and see it firsthand. Let me explain why. See, AOD mobilizes fat from your cells. So you got a ton of fat cells here, and the AOD peptide is trying to free it up. It's not the signal to burn it. It's actually the prerequisite that happens before burning. Remember, it's the calorie deficit that's the actual burn signal. AOD is unlocking the fat stores. It gets those stored triglycerides into free fatty acids and then gets them into the bloodstream. And this is critical. It doesn't create a calorie deficit. Like we were saying, it doesn't suppress your appetite. It doesn't give your body a boost in how many calories it burns. It only mobilizes the fat. So what happened in those studies, in my opinion, people that took the AOD, their bodies just mobilized the fat, but then they weren't really in significant calorie deficits, so you'll just store the fat again. Mobilization doesn't do anything without the burning signal to go along with it. The researchers looked at the results and said, this doesn't work, but they missed the bigger picture here. And that's what I've seen work with hundreds of patients. It's that AOD needs to be combined with a GLP-1 medication. Now, if you can get into a calorie deficit without GLP-1s, AOD will work great, but I'm gonna be honest with you, for a lot of people, they need that GLP-1. And then this is where the magic happens. So let me show you exactly how this works when you combine them both. Think of it as a two-piece system. Number one, your GLP-1 medication. So this is your Ozempic, your Mounjaro, your Zepbound, whatever it is that you're taking. Its job is to suppress your appetite and create a calorie deficit. When you're eating less than what your body needs, your body sends a signal to burn stored energy. This is the demand. Your body is saying, I need fuel. You're not eating, go get it from storage. Number two, this is the fat mobilization piece. This is where AOD comes in. Its job is to mobilize fat from your cells. It bypasses the insulin resistance, the high levels of insulin that are freaking blocking the signal, and it breaks through that locked gas cap that we talked about earlier, and it gets your fat into the bloodstream where it then can be burned. It's providing supply. Now, here's why the combination is so powerful. When you have demand without supply, that's GLP-1s alone with high insulin resistance, you plateau. You get short-term weight loss, and then your body fights back. You plateau because your metabolic rate will slow down, you will literally burn less calories, or your hunger skyrockets. Usually because GLP-1s are handling the appetite, it's the metabolism slowing down. Now, when you have supply without demand, that's AOD alone, that's growth hormone peptides alone. Like in those research studies, the fat's mobilized, it just gets stored right back. But when you have both demand from the GLP-1 and supply from the AOD, you get some actual fat burning. Remember Sarah? She was losing about 1 pound per month. Her insulin resistance and inflammation were so severe that even on Mounjaro, her body couldn't mobilize the fat. AOD helped her bypass that block entirely. It was mobilizing the fat. Like, we got this fat, we got to access it. Despite severe insulin resistance, despite the high levels of inflammation, AOD helped her body mobilize fat. So when your body has access to fat to burn during that calorie deficit, it's most likely going to burn that fat instead of potentially breaking down your precious muscle mass that is so important. That's why patients tell me in this program that they're losing inches, but they're actually maintaining their strength in the gym. I got a quick question for you. If you want me to make a video breaking down the exact protocols that we use for PCOS or autoimmune patients, showing you how we adjust AOD, the timing, the dosing, how it differs from standard GLP-1 protocols, let me know in the comments which condition should I focus on, and if you think that would be helpful for you, let me know in the comments. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. I want to share two patient stories with you. First is Robert, 55 years old, exercises 5 times a week. This guy was doing everything right. He started tirzepatide at 2.5 milligrams. He lost 25 pounds in the first month. Incredible results. But by month 4, he was completely stuck. His doctor kept increasing his dose, 5 milligrams, 7.5, and then eventually 10, and nothing moved. Week after week, standing on the scale in the gym locker room, seeing the exact same number. Here's what we did. My doctors actually cut his dose back in half, dropped him down to 5 milligrams. Then we added AOD 9604, and then we added our flow fasting protocol. Within 2 weeks, the plateau broke. Over the next 5 months, he lost another 32 pounds. And here's the best part. Today, Robert actually maintains his weight loss with just 2.5 milligrams of tirzepatide every other week. That's better than when he started the program. I remember him telling us, I'm in control now, not dependent upon the medications. Second story is Sarah, the nurse that I mentioned earlier, 42 years old, PCOS, 6 months on Mounjaro. She only lost 1 pound per month. She was extremely frustrated because she wasn't going anywhere. And as a nurse, she understood what untreated PCOS could lead to. She was scared. So we added AOD 9604 to her protocol. We incorporated strategic 24-hour weekly fasts. Everything changed. She started losing 2 pounds per week. That's freaking 4 times faster than before. Her belly fat, the most stubborn area for PCOS patients, finally started mobilizing. She started losing inches. She successfully incorporated the flow fasting protocol, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. Now, if these transformation stories are making you realize that this might be your missing piece, you need to hit that subscribe button right now, because we put out 4 videos per week diving into GLP-1 and peptide optimization protocols, the kind of stuff that you need to do so that you can get the results that you hope to get from the beginning. And it also helps out the channel big time. So go ahead and hit that button right now. Now, let me give you the bigger picture of what we're seeing clinically. The majority of patients who add AOD to their GLP-1 protocol see renewed fat loss within 2 to 3 weeks. Many report additional fat loss beyond their plateau point in the range of maybe 15 to 25 pounds. And those stubborn areas like belly fats, hip, or thighs, those are the first places that patients generally notice changes. Plus, muscle preservation dramatically improves because the body's actually burning fat instead of potentially breaking down lean muscle tissue. Now, you might hear me say patients are getting 3 times the results with the combination, but let me be clear about what that means. It might not literally mean 3 more times weight loss on the scale. What this means is you're accessing fat stores that you couldn't before. You're maintaining muscle mass instead of losing it. So you're maintaining this, but you're losing this. For someone like Sarah, who went from losing 1 pound per month over 6 months to losing 61 pounds total, that's about 10x her initial weight loss rate. Quick question for you. Should I make a video showing you the exact peptide stacks that we customize based off different goals, whether you're just adding AOD or whether you're combining it with CJC for some muscle building or stacking PPC for gut healing on your GLP-1s? Let me know in the comments which combination you think would be most helpful for you. Now, GLP-1 plus AOD will get you results. You just saw the proof of that with Robert and Sarah. But patients always ask me, how do I make this permanent? How do I eventually taper down to a microdose so that I can maintain the weight loss for the rest of my life? That's where therapeutic fasting comes in, aka the flow protocol. So here's what we do in our clinic. Our approach to reversing insulin resistance, it starts with therapeutic fasting, specifically 36 plus 48 hours per week. Now, I haven't seen many other clinical protocols that provide a real solution to permanent metabolic change, but here's the challenge most people face. Most people can't do therapeutic fasting, especially when you have things like PCOS or autoimmune conditions. Here's why. This is really important, so pay attention to this. When you fast, especially long fasting, so your body needs energy, but it can't access the fat stores because of insulin resistance blocking the fat. So your body releases cortisol. Cortisol is your body's stress hormone, and it will force fat mobilization when nothing else works, because it has to, because remember, you're in a calorie deficit. Your body needs the energy from something. Now, cortisol elevation during fasting, this is a completely normal metabolic response, not necessarily a bad one, but for some individuals, particularly those that we talked about earlier with autoimmune conditions, PCOS, in my experience, it complicates things. For certain conditions, elevated cortisol might trigger flare-ups. With PCOS, it can worsen those hormonal balances, and for women in menopause, it can really aggravate those menopausal symptoms. Now understand this, fasting protocols, especially if you have diabetes, requires careful medical supervision to avoid blood sugar issues or any other issues at all. So always make sure that if you have these medical conditions that you're doing this under medical guidance. Now, here's what we observed with AOD in our clinic. Patients using AOD report being able to fast without the usual stress response that just flat out prevents them from doing the meaningful amount of fasting. This is because, in my opinion, from what we can see, just looking at the mechanisms, this gives your body better access to stored energy. Now, the exact mechanism isn't fully proven yet in human studies, but what we see clinically is that patients like Sarah, when properly supervised, have been able to incorporate the flow fasting protocol successfully. That combination of AOD support plus medical guidance on the GLP-1s is what made permanent metabolic change for her a reality. Now let me be clear, you don't have to do therapeutic fasting. GLP-1 plus AOD, it works great, but if you want to address insulin resistance for long-term maintenance and you want to get some aggressive healing, you're going to want to eventually and potentially work towards microdosing medications. Our flow fasting protocol, this is how we do it. It's the only way that I know how to get it done. And AOD is what makes it actually possible. In our clinic, patients typically start with the GLP-1 medication like tirzepatide plus AOD 9604, love the results, then naturally progress to incorporating therapeutic fasting for that deeper metabolic healing. This triple approach, GLP-1 plus AOD plus flow fasting, that's the complete transformation that we see all the time. Now, if you want me to make a complete video breaking down our flow fasting protocol, exactly how we use it with AOD to reverse insulin resistance at the root cause, let me know in the comments what part would help you the most, the fasting piece of it, or how to add it safely to your medical condition like PCOS or what autoimmune condition you're struggling with. Now, here's where most people get this wrong and why the delivery method matters more than you think. The injectable version of AOD, it gels up. I get complaints about this all the time from people. You reconstitute your vial, you use it for a couple weeks, and then bam, it turns into gel and you can't inject it anymore. You're throwing medication away. That's exactly why we use troches in our clinic. Troches actually dissolve between your gum and teeth. That's where there's high blood flow and they bypass the gelling problem entirely. The dose is higher, usually 600 micrograms versus 250 for injections, because that's the way that your body absorbs it through the mouth. It's a little different than injections, but they work just as well. And talk about convenience. You're not dealing with the frustrating gelling issue that everyone complains about, and more importantly, you don't have to poke yourself every single day. Now here's the timeline that you can expect. Weeks 1 through 2, you're going to notice more energy improvements. That stuck feeling starts to lift. Weeks 3 through 4, the scale starts moving again. Your measurements change. And then months 2 to 3, you'll see some real body composition shift. Those stubborn areas finally start responding. And this continues as long as you're addressing the underlying insulin resistance. Now, these are the 5 types of people who are going to benefit the most from AOD. And if you fit even in one of these categories, this could be your breakthrough that you've been waiting for. Number 1, slow responders and non-responders, losing less than 1% of body weight per week. Number 2, anybody who's plateaued for 6 weeks or more despite good compliance. Number 3, PCOS, autoimmune conditions, diabetics, anybody with severe insulin resistance, even menopause. Number 4, anybody with stubborn belly fat. And number 5, anybody who wants better muscle preservation during their weight loss journey. Now here's the challenge. AOD is not FDA approved for weight loss yet. It's used off-label. You need a knowledgeable prescriber who understands peptides and how to combine them with GLP-1s. And this is critical. It must come from a legitimate compounding pharmacy that meets FDA standards. Quality matters big time. There's also counterfeit products out there, and most doctors are completely unfamiliar with this combination. This is why professional guidance matters. The timing of when to add AOD makes a huge difference. Too early and you're wasting it, too late and you're suffering through months of plateaus unnecessarily. Dosing needs to be based on your specific metabolic state. It varies person to person. And if you want to progress to therapeutic fasting safely, especially if you have those conditions like PCOS or various autoimmune conditions, you need someone who understands how to integrate everything properly. Now let's talk about cost here. Yes, AOD is going to add to your monthly investment, but think about it this way. Compare 3 to 4 months of breakthrough results versus 12 months or longer stuck at a plateau on your GLP-1 meds with nowhere to go. Every month that you're plateaued, you're spending hundreds of dollars on your GLP-1s and it isn't working. Faster results means less total time on the medication, which actually saves you money long term. This is exactly what I do, helping patients every single day implement these protocols. Whether you just want to add AOD to optimize your GLP-1 or whether you want the complete protocol with our flow fasting for long-term insulin resistance reversal and eventually transitioning into microdosing medications, it all starts with the understanding of your specific metabolic state and building the right protocol for you. Now, if you're ready to explore this, text the number on the screen or check that link in the description and you'll get a chance chance to speak with one of our patient advocates. They'll review where you're at right now, what you've tried, how long you've been stuck, whether you're dealing with some sort of medical condition like PCOS, autoimmunity, in menopause, map out exactly how our team can support you, whether you want to work with me directly or in my large group programs, and they'll go over prices with you and give you a good idea of what it looks like. You can use that link or you can text the number on the screen. Now, if you are struggling with those autoimmune conditions, then you're going to want to check out this video right there where I dive into exactly the autoimmune protocols that we use with our patients every single day. We'll see you later.